I'm 22 years old and I've completely changed my life in the past 3 years, and you can do it too. And that's what this video is about, is helping somebody out there, you specifically, understand that if you have the vision to do something, if you have the will to take the action to do it, then you can and you will. And this is my story so that you can see just in a couple of years how I've been able to change my life. And hopefully this will help you understand that all you have to do is take action. When I was 19, I was overweight, upset, had no money. And one day I had made a decision to just stop treating myself like, crap. And I started working out every single day, specifically running. And through running every single day, I was able to see consistent work. What consistent work did for you. And I got really addicted to just consistent work. What is the one thing that I could do every single day that is consistent, that is easy to just bang out? You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to think about it too much. It's like, this is the task, do it. It will work if you do it every single day and you don't have to think too much about it. And, over time, I had that deep understanding, like, if I just keep running every single day, I will lose weight. And over time, I started to lose weight. And, at first it was slow, but it started to become extremely exponential over time. I mean, I had started, losing weight like crazy. And I had gotten to another point in my life where I'm like, okay, like, I'm starting to lose weight. Like, now I'm broke. You know what I mean? And it's like, I want to build a life for myself. And I think a lot of this came through, for me personally, having a, amazing, beautiful girlfriend and family who care about me. Like, I want to take care of them. I want to live a full life for them. That was my why, is like, I love those people so much that they deserve to have the best version of me. They don't deserve to have the, overweight, broke, unmotivated version of me. They deserve to have the best possible version of me out there. So I decided, like, I'm going to go and try and get into real estate. So, for the first year of doing real estate, I was at some internship making like $17 an hour, thinking that was the wave. I was going to make $30,000, $40,000 a year. And after a little while, I started to hate it. I didn't want to be working across from somebody who's making the same amount of money as me, but not putting in the same amount of work. I'm showing up every single day as hard as I possibly can, early in the morning, staying, as late as I can, past my shift time to continue to do work. I would take my work home and do work. And I don't know, I was getting paid an hourly rate. And I started to look into it and I'm like, I could go and get a sales job and get paid based on my results. So I decided to get my real estate license. Okay. And through getting my real estate license, I cold called, and that cold calling was just like running. You know what I mean? It was that one thing that I was able to do consistently every single day that I knew would push the ball forward. I didn't know how, I didn't know why. I just knew to do it, and it will work, and it will push the ball forward. And people have done it in the past. It historically has worked. So I must be doing something right. And I mean, I got to a point where I doubted it a little bit, but I remember this one specific time where I was like, okay, maybe I'll stay at the internship, you know what I mean? And I'll try to still sell real estate on the side. Like, real estate seems like a little volatile. It doesn't seem like it would make sense for me. 1099 jobs are scary. Commission only is scary. I'm not going to make enough money. I'm not going to be able to pay my bills. And as I was mid taking the real estate exam, or mid taking the real estate class, the internship randomly just ended. And on the same day, my $6,000 Toyota Camry took a crap. And I had one option, is to spend all of my savings on a new car and no longer have a job. And that was really it. Like, I didn't have an option. And I thought on that day that my life was over. Like, I was like, oh my God, I have no money left. I have no car. Like, now I have to spend all my savings on a new car. Like, I had to spend every drop of my savings on a new car. And I remember telling my dad, I'm going to go work back at the bar. I'm going to go, work at whatever else place so I could make money that's like steady and like, easy to expect, you know? And I didn't end up doing it. My dad told me, like, just stick this out and see what happens. And I am so glad that I did that. You know what I mean? Because through the cold calling consistently, I was able to pick up an insane amount of clients. I was able to meet some very, very successful people and work with them and have them be, mentors of mine to push the ball forward in my life. And like, essentially fast forward 3 years later of consistently running and cold calling, and, my $6,000 Camry that I bought, I traded that in. Actually, no, I gave it to my little sister, and I bought, a 2020 something blacked out, like my dream Camry, and it's like, it's not all that, right? Like, I'm not driving a Lambo. I'm not like wearing a Rollie or anything like that, but I have substantially changed my life. You know what I mean? I now live downtown in the city that I work in, away. Like, I moved out of my parents' house in a beautiful apartment with my girlfriend that, we enjoy and we live a great life in. And I wouldn't be able to do this if I didn't consistently lock in. And it sounds so dumb and so easy. Problem is like, it is that easy. It really is. And like, nobody gets that. And that's why it's so easy to like be successful these days, because nobody understands what it really takes. And like, there's two sides of it, right? Like, it's so easy. You could literally do the same thing every single day that's proven to make people successful. So like, do research on what makes people successful that's proven to do it. And once you do the research, you have the idea, do it consistently. And I mean, like, I'm telling you these two things right now. You could go get a sales job, learn how to cold call, and then just work out every single day. And you probably can change your life, like, exponentially. Just blow your whole entire life, like, up to the stars. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you have to do exactly that, but it's really easy. But at the same time, like, when you hit those dark spots and you're like, nothing's, no results, nothing's working, I don't know what to do, you have to stay consistent. You have to stay disciplined. I'm not saying that the whole entire journey that I had of losing weight and, starting a real estate business was perfect. You know what I mean? There was a lot of nights where I was very, very upset, didn't know what to do. The results weren't happening, things weren't working, the calls weren't, connecting. The weight wasn't coming off. The weight was coming back. Like, there's going to be a struggle. But in all good stories, there can't be a win without a loss. You know what I mean? You do not want a full-on winning story. You want the trooper. You want the soldier. You want the hero. The person who has seen both sides of the ball. The person who has worked for it. The person who deserves the win. That's what you want. That's what you have to do. So, hopefully this helps you see. Like, I'm not there yet. I'm still working so hard. But like 3 years ago at this time, I was driving into my 9-to-5 job, hating my life. Now I'm sitting outside of about to pick up a new client, about to, basically live my day how I want to, make more cold calls, go hit a run, just do amazing things for the day. And I want that for you too. And I know if you're watching this video that you want that for you too. So find out what those consistent things are and do them and just stay disciplined. You don't need the motivation. Like, yes, motivation is great, but the motivation will fade and you will have to stay disciplined. You will have really, really tough times, but you need to see it through. Like, watch this video again and realize that I'm the guy who, changed it around by just being disciplined. And I'm not perfect, you know what I mean? I'm not amazing, but I've had a change in my life because of the things that I've done. And I want to share those things with you because I want you, because you're watching this and I know that you want to change, to see this too. Because it's an amazing feeling to change your life. It's an amazing feeling to be able to do things for the people that you love around you. And that's the most important thing. You know what I mean? Find your why and start getting consistent and be disciplined and watch how your life changes. And until next time, I don't know. We'll talk soon. Subscribe and do the like and the comment and everything like that. I appreciate you if you made it to the end of the video, and hopefully this helped change your life.